that right now. Well,
Okay.
that goes back to the team. So to the people that haven't had that 4 year mentoring of team
Yeah.
building capabilities, what were the biggest highlights that you got from that? Or what suggestions would you give anyone that's interested in building teams that possibly has the strength finder learning characteristic,
Yeah.
and it's like I don't have that mentor. Like, what can I
I'm
do
here with you right now.
aside from this? So let's give them the meat and potatoes of that.
Okay, so it's really simple. You ask somebody for advice. If they're going to sit down with you or drive all the way to Miami, if they're
Thank
going to
you.
sit down with you and take the time to teach you something that took them years to learn, that means that they believe in you and they are open to mentoring you. And identifying those people and just listening to their advice, that's seriously one of the huge things that's gotten me here. I have some mentors where like they'll just like I have this one mentor like dump 10 books on my desk, and I'm just like, you're kidding me, right?
Is that the
Like,
hardest task that you've been assigned by a mentor?
reading a bunch of books.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
No, it's just like it was frustrating
It's
at the
interesting
time.
that you mentioned the task side, right? Because
Yeah,
advice, it's something very subjective.
yeah,
But something that you can do and anyone can really apply is like, hey, read these 10 books.
yeah, or like another. Yeah, so my mentors that I have, they do not go easy on me, but I don't want them to.
Okay.
Like when they give me one of these assignments, they're doing it because they want to see if I trust them enough to follow them blindly and do this. And I know that once I complete it, they have something like some epic project that they're going to give me, that they're going to pull me in on. And one time it was me sitting across, this is the imposter syndrome time. I was sitting across from a retired exec from Apple.
And you're like, hi.
No, he was, and they were like, you walk in there like you own the growth hacking space. And it was like, okay, I have no idea who I was meeting with. And I sit down to lunch with a retired exec from Apple, and I'm doing everything in my power to not have my jaw like drop to the floor. And he was like, so I've heard you're the best with growth hacking. And I was like, holy shit.
That's what they say, yes.
Yeah. And I just
I didn't say that. Someone else said it.
Yeah, that's when like your question around like if they say, so why should I hire you? It's like you're in the wrong room.
Okay.
You're not running with the right wolf pack. You don't have the right mentors or like friends or allies advocating for you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that was one of those times where I was like, this guy worked on marketing for one of the greatest startups of all history.
Is there anything new I can possibly tell him?
Yeah, and then I found out like he just didn't want to learn new tricks. Yeah. And here I was, a young kid addicted to learning. He was not addicted to learning. And I just created this growth hacking framework where I took all of the growth hacking headlines that I could find online and I put them into which one would be most effective at which point in the startup's growth journey.
Can you dive deep a little bit into that?
Yeah, it's like a 5 to 10 page Excel. I called it the Growth Hacking Mother Book. And since it's
I'm assuming
actually
you keep that updated.
No, that's really outdated now, and it just got so big and so clunky that it was like an old computer, and now we have like a very lean framework that we use, and somebody will come in with a strategy, and I have like 4 bullet points that I use to assess whether or not it'll be effective, and then I say like yes, let's go with it, or no, throw it. That's one of the tasks that a mentor gave me last night that I was like, should I talk about this or not? We can go into it. Mm-hmm. I came up with this framework, and it's kind of like, you know how there's SWOT analysis, pest analysis, Ansop's matrix. Okay. And it's our own matrix that we use, and I was asking him if I should roll it out outside of MVP, and if I do,
what do you mean by that?
Like, if I should publish it.
Okay.
And if I publish it, how would I publish it so that it's
the credit goes back to you as well?
Yeah, because this is something that took me 11 years to figure out. And it's like, it's something that I'm very proud of, but I don't want to just throw it out there and have it ripped in 2 seconds.
Yeah. And that also goes back to your credibility because people can modify. It's like open source.
Yeah.
Like you just want to get back to that source code.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see where you're going there.
I think a lot of people could use it. I think it could help a lot of people. It could help a lot of startups to not make very expensive mistakes. But it's a matter of like, so what he was saying is I basically have to treat it as if it's a startup that's launching in an industry with a bunch of large corporations around.
Okay.
And the way you do one of those launches is you launch either the web app or the book, and you make sure that you have a PR flood happening within a week of that.
Okay.
You do not leave more than a week between when the product is finished and published and when everyone starts talking about it.
What else would you do?
Those are the two tasks that he gave me for right now. That's that's a lot. I have to. It took me 11 years to develop this.
No.
framework.
I'm speaking
I have
to
a book that I have to write, and then I have a bunch of articles I have to write for
Okay.
top tier places.
That's
like
excellent. That's excellent.